Hi all, friends, here is your Dark Terrors. Are you ready for another scary story? Today I will tell you 3 real horror stories that happened in Italy in the 1800s. If you are faint of heart, perhaps it is best not to listen, because these stories are truly disturbing. Story 1, The Case of the Vampire of Venice. The first story I want to tell you is that of the Vampire of Venice. It was 1800, and Venice was a mysterious and romantic city. But beneath the surface of this beauty, was a dark and frightening reality. The story began when a young woman died mysteriously in her home. The cause of death was unknown, but rumors soon began to circulate that the woman was killed by a vampire. People began to see strange nocturnal characters roaming the streets, and fear quickly spread. A young doctor, called to investigate the woman's death, decided to open the woman's grave to understand what had happened. What he saw shocked him. The woman's corpse still seemed alive, and she had bandages around her head and neck. The doctor was convinced he was dealing with a vampire, and decided to decapitate the corpse to put an end to the threat. But the story didn't end there. Before long, more cases of mysterious deaths started happening in the city, and people continued to believe that a vampire was behind it all. Story 2, The Ghost of the Old Abandoned House. The second story I want to tell you is about an old abandoned house in a rural area of Italy. The house was known to be mysterious and scary, and no one dared go near it. But one day, a young couple decided to explore the house. They entered, and began to explore the dark and dusty rooms. But then they heard something strange, footsteps, as if someone was walking towards them. The pair were frightened, but decided to continue exploring. But then, suddenly, they felt a cold hand on their shoulder. They turned around, but no one was there. Then, they saw a mysterious shadow moving in front of them, and they fled the house in panic. Story 3, The Castle of the Bloody Baron. The third and final story concerns a castle in a remote area of Italy. The castle belonged to a baron who was known to be a cruel and ruthless man. But then even more disturbing rumors began to circulate. It was said that the baron had a collection of human heads in the castle, and rumors of the baron's collection of human heads began to spread more and more, until people started talking about him as a real monster. But they were just rumors, no one had ever seen anything with their own eyes. One day, however, a group of wayfarers stopped to ask for hospitality at the baron's castle. The baron took them in, but soon revealed himself to be the ruthless man everyone assumed he was. The guests were abused and tortured throughout the night, until they were able to escape at dawn. But when the baron noticed their escape, he decided to pursue them. He caught up with them shortly after and killed them all, without any mercy. The locals, frightened and disgusted by this story, decided to attack the baron's castle and execute him for his crimes. But when they entered the castle, they found only empty rooms. There was no trace of human heads, nor of other clues that could confirm the rumors that were circulating. The baron had disappeared, and since then no one has seen him since. Here you are, friends, 3 real horror stories that happened in Italy in the 1800s. I hope they gave you chills, and that you never have to encounter something like this in your life. Always remember that reality can be scarier than fantasy. Until next time, from Dark Terrors.